Hey, friends and family. What's wrong with some people? I don't quite get how people can be so uh just the way they are. So this story about this Texas mayor, Colorado City, Texas mayor Tim Boyd, just writing this ridiculous message. And if you haven't heard it or seen it, it's posted all over the internet. Let's read it together. So he starts off with saying, "Let me hurt some feelings while I have a minute." So empathy goes out the window right at square one. He says, "No one owes you," or he wrote R. I think this is like a completely typo-laden message. I don't know if he was drunk. The quarantining has gotten to him. I'm not sure. So he says, "No one owes you or your family anything, nor is it the local government's responsibility to support you during trying times like this. Sink or swim, it's your choice. The city and county, along with power providers or any other service, owes you nothing." And it is interesting because you also saw former Texas Governor Rick Perry say something to the lines of like, the Texans would go and without power and heat for 3 days if it meant making sure that federal regulators did not run our utility infrastructure system and things like that. And I don't know if Rick Perry speaks for anyone in Texas right now who is dealing with power outages in the middle of some of the worst days that many of these cities have seen when it comes to cold temperatures. I mean, I don't understand the leadership. I don't understand where these people come from and how they get elected and into these positions of power. But I hope that people really start to make more better judgments of character when it comes to electing these people. So let's keep reading. He said, "I'm sick and tired of people looking for a damn handout. If you don't have electricity, you step up and come up with a game plan. Yes, you make sure that you've got your generators. You make sure you've got, a whole handful of things. Not to mention people that might not be able to afford it. Not to mention people that might live in apartments that don't, there's a whole list and gamut of things that people might not be able to do some of the things that he's asking. I mean, so he keeps going on. It just doesn't stop. He says, if you don't have electricity, you step up and come with a game plan to keep your family warm and safe. If you have no water, you deal without and think outside the box to survive and supply water to your family," which, again, uh, what does he want them to do? Go to a river nearby? Again, the government, the state of Texas was telling people to stay home. The Weather Service, stay home, icy roads, you can't really go out. So stay home, hunker down. If people don't have water and they're running out of water, that's when you call in like federal aid and assistance to come in. Like, that's why we pay our taxes. Is that not right? We live in a society where we're supposed to be helping each other. This is not the caveman era days where we all have to fend for ourselves. Like, we have reached the point in humanity where we can kind of work and solve problems together. That's where our strength is. And for some reason, there are just people out there that they choose not to get it. They choose not to get it and they don't want to get it. It's just so crazy to me. He says, if you are sitting at home in the cold because you have no power and are sitting there waiting for someone to come rescue you because you're lazy, is a direct result of your raising. So now he's directly attacking people's childhoods and the way they were raised. Only the strong will survive and the weak will perish. And he puts perish as in like a church parish. Like, the guy's spelling is completely terrible. Folks, God has given us the tools to support ourselves in times like this. Yes, that tool is called a government that is supposed to be able to come in times like this and support. And it's just crazy that this dense individual does not understand that. Tim Boyd does not understand that at all. He says, this is sadly a product of a socialist government where they feed people to believe that the few will work and others will become dependent for handouts. Am I sorry that you have been dealing without electricity and water? Yes, but I'll be damned if I'm going to provide for anyone that is capable of doing it themselves. We have lost sight of those in need and those that take advantage of the system and mesh them into one group. Bottom line, quit crying, looking for a handout, get off your ass and take care of your own family. And I'm sorry, needless to say, this guy quit. So I should just say that right there. And then he wrote like another letter basically crying that he's received, death threats, and, his wife is getting like all these things basically that, now he's receiving. And because, yeah, you were an ass. You're supposed to be a leader. People are supposed to look to you for hope or some shred of empathy. And you literally said, F empathy, go fend for yourselves, and I don't care if you die. Like, what kind of person is that? I don't get it. If you can't help them, fine. Just say that. Just say that. But as a leader, man, like, what's happening in America where we are electing these leaders? Presidential level, mayoral level, and everything in between. Something's screwed up. Something's really screwed up. There's got to be a way that we can fix this. Regardless of what this Tim Boyd has said, I don't know if he's Republican or Democrat. My spidey senses tell me he's probably Republican. But the bottom line is people are suffering. So if you can help those people in Colorado City, or really anywhere, throughout Texas, if you know people, please reach out and help them, because it's obvious that the systems that they elected and voted into place are not working for them. And it sucks. I spoke about it in a previous video. The infrastructure in this country sucks. We need to do more to step up as a nation, as a people together, and just make it better for each other. Like, what's really going on with us, man? Where we just look out for ourselves. I don't get it. It's not going to work in the long run. It really isn't. So that's all I got before I start to go on into an existential rant. Let me know what you guys think about this story, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out.